Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my supervisor, Puan Mariam Miri binti Abdullah, and my panel, Dr. Jamaludin bin Ahmad. My name is Muhammad Zariq bin Jamaludin from Bachelor Technology Marketing Management. My metric number is B061710446. Today, I want to present about my final year project, which is the effectiveness of product placement disclosure in a reality TV program among consumer in Melaka. Background. Product placement or embedded marketing is intended integration of branded product or brand identifier into non-commercial setting. What is the non-commercial setting? Which is movies, song, games, and television program. Okay, for movies, okay, the product will expose in the scene of movies. In the song, the name of product will put in the lyric of songs. Games, the image of brand will expose in the video game, and television program is the best one because the sponsor of the product always choose the television program to expose to their product, to make the consumer recall to their product. This is why the aim of product placements are primarily focused on memory based because they want the customer recall and recognition to their product. Problem statement. When I'm facing this research, I have three problems. First is lack of audience involved in the reality TV program. This is because nowadays social media is the best tool for the audience or consumer watch the reality program. So the audience involvement become less. This is why they become problem to our research. Second, lack information about the association between product placement and audience reviews on reality TV program. This is because audience are more intention to the reality TV program, so they try to hard to skip the advertisement about the product placement or the expose of product to the entire program. And last, the limited product placement disclosure negatively affect the customer viewing frequency. This problem affect on the television program because they give a limited time and duration the product to expose the product to the entire program. Okay, when conduct this research also, I have three research questions and three research objectives. First, the research question is, what are the product placement disclosure elements on the brand awareness? Second, what is the relationship between the elements of product placement disclosure and brand awareness? And lastly, which are the most significant elements influencing the effectiveness of product placement disclosure to the brand awareness? So, the research objective is to analyze the product placement disclosure elements on the brand awareness. Second, to identify the relationship between the elements of product placement disclosure and brand awareness. And lastly, to examine the most significant elements influencing the effectiveness of product placement disclosure to the brand awareness. Literature review. In this literature review has two theories, which is theory on brand awareness and theory on embedded marketing. From theory of brand awareness, duration of product placement was chosen as the first independent variables, and theory of immediate marketing, program liking was chosen for the other independent variable. But the other three independent variable, which is attitude toward product placement, sponsorship disclosure, matching of program and brand image, was chosen from the hypothesis testing in the past research. Okay, conceptual framework. Conceptual framework is our research framework, which is we combine all the variables from the previous research to one framework, which is we have a 5 independent variable, which is duration of product placement disclosure as first independent variable, attitude to a product placement, program liking, sponsorship disclosure, matching of related TV program, and brand image. So these all variables as a independent variable, and the dependent variables is brand awareness. Research methodology. So the method we use in this research, first, research design. We use the descriptive research. Methodological choice, we use the quantitative research. For the data sources, primary data, we use the survey equation. And the secondary data, we use the pivot research to support the primary data. Scope of study. The location of decision, we focus only in Malacca, and the population of the research only 384 consumer of product placement. So, the significance of this study to identify the relationship between the element of product placement disclosure and brand awareness. Okay, for research strategy, the strategy we use is we use the quantitative questionnaire because the quantitative questionnaire we can get the specific target for our research objectives because in this questionnaire we relate all the questions with the research objective. Okay, after we get all the data, so the data analysis we use is descriptive analysis, Pearson correlation coefficient, and lastly multiple regressions. Descriptive analysis of respondent background. For gender, men is the highest with 240 respondents with 55.7% age. The age of 21 and 30 years old is the highest with the 287 respondents with 59.1%. Versus Malay respondent is the highest with the 282 respondents with 73.4%, and occupational, the student is the highest with the 245 respondents with 63.8%. Okay, continue with the level incomes. The highest number of the respondents have no income with 236 respondents and 61.5%. For consumer sensitivity about the product placement, which is how the customer know about the product placement, which is the highest number of respondents are agreed, which is 371 respondents with 69.6% respondents know about the product placement. Descriptive statistics, we focus on the mean score. So, the highest of mean score is the duration of product placement disclosure with 5.9290, and the lowest of the mean score is the attitude toward product placement with 5.8639. Is the relationship correlation between independent variables, which is duration of product placement, attitude of product placement, program liking, sponsorship disclosure, matching of reality program and brand image, and dependent variable, which is brand awareness. As we can see, the R value for all the independent variables is above 0.5. That means all the independent variables have a strong relationship with the brand image as the dependent variable. Okay, hypothesis testing. Majority the independent variable is accepted in this hypothesis testing because the p-value is below 0.05, but the attitude toward product placement is rejected because the p-value of this independent variable is above 0.05 with 0.296. The beta value is used to find the most significant elements of this research. Okay, discussion. Research objective 1 is to analyze the product placement disclosure element on the brand awareness. Okay, from the significant value in the hypothesis testing, the hypothesis number 2 is not significant, and also supported by the previous research, which is overexposure to the brand within a scene lead to negative perception and reduced purchase inclination. Okay, objective number 2 is to identify the relationship between the element of product placement disclosure and brand awareness. From the correlation result, all the elements have a strong relationship with the brand awareness and also supported by the previous research. And the last objective is to examine the most significant elements influencing the effectiveness of product placement disclosure to the brand awareness. We can see from the beta value in the coefficient table, which is most significant element is the matching reality TV program and brand image supported by previous research. As a conclusion, the first objective is achieved because majority of the hypothesis is accepted, but even the attitude of product placement is rejected in this research. And not only that, the second objective and the third objective is also achieved in this research. It's to prove that the element of product placement in a reality TV program are really successful to improve the brand awareness among consumers in Malacca. Recommendation for future research has 3, which is effectively contribute to success of product placement disclosure with high buying intention from consumer during COVID-19, make an effort to include more audience characteristics to a product placement disclosure focus on consumer attitudes, and investigate the characteristic of exposure product placement in reality TV program for easily understood by community, especially for elderly. That's all for me for this presentation, and thank you.